Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
I got to tell you, our next guest is so unique. I don't even know how to explain, hate to label things or people, but I'm not even sure where to go with that because she's not a fortune teller. She's not essentially a psychic. She provides messages for the soul, and she does that by way of card readings and more. I experienced some of that personally last time we got together. I have a feeling she's going to give me more, and she's back with us. Diane Gauthier is here. Welcome back. How are you?
Very good. I'm so happy to be back with you guys. So how's everything with you?
It is well. It is well. And I want to share with everybody instant feedback, steve@gmail.com. If you want to reach us, if you have a question or even some feedback. So where we left off last time, you pulled these were oracle cards. I'm trying to remember.
Yes, the last time they were oracle cards. This is what I usually use in the beginning to put people at ease and also to tell them that I'm ready to work before getting my tarot cards out. Today, before our meeting, they came back. So, like for me, what I'm saying, they still have things they want to tell you, because for me, when they start, it's always in my hand. And when it gets activated, this is how I know there's a message to be told. Now, I don't know, Steve, for me, it's like your story hasn't been finished. There's still something they want you to know. This is, for me, the way that I'm getting it today. Okay. So we could do, like I said, we could do something for you, or you could do something for your audience. Either way.
Why don't we try both? If you want to reach out to us, we're here. And I want to share, when we last left off, you pulled the child card. Yes. And you thought it could be a project because, it's the birthing of a project, i.e. a child. But then you said, I'm not feeling it that so much. I'm feeling a child. It's a child. And I waited until you were all done because I didn't want to give up any information ahead of time to skew this in any way. But then I revealed that I just found out like a day or two before we got together last time. And it was a big surprise, but a good one, that I have a half sister. And to me, that's got to be the child. Why was this the first card? And it was, the topic of the day, topic of the year in my life, actually happening at that time. I've since, and this is through Ancestry DNA, I found this out. I've since connected with this person and we've traded pictures. She never knew her father. And, it appears that we share the same father. And he passed away when she was very young, and he passed away when I was barely 21. So, there's a lot of pieces that need to go together, but the child card, to me, that's that. There's nothing else, that it could be.
It is. I was talking with somebody last night, actually, which I got started on the angel cards because she saw me with them and everything. And I told her, go get yourself oracle cards. Like for me, it's the angel ones, because this is what functions for me. This is what calls me. Anyways, talking with a person yesterday, and she was saying, since she's been, I will say, playing with the cards in a sense, getting acquainted with them, pulling a card every day for messages and everything, and which she communicates with me. And she says, what do you think about these cards and whatever? Well, it's been 3 weeks without any anxiety meds. So yesterday she calls me and she tells me, she says, do you think it has anything to do with it? And I says, of course, because what happens with the angel cards, what they do, basically, they're telling you what you're feeling today. So by telling you what you're feeling today, they're calming you down. You're not crazy. This is really what I'm feeling. This is really what it is. And they're showing you hope. They're showing you like a door, if you wish, okay? Because why is people anxious? It's because they want to look too fast forward. And that makes you anxiety, So with the angel cards, and you pick the oracle cards, me to anybody, like they're saying, I need to calm down. I need to anything. Oracle cards, the angel one. And I will say, don't buy them online. Just go to a store, pass your hand on them, and your hand will tell you which one that you need for yourself. And this is what happened. And actually, and she's saying, when she told me it's been 3 weeks, and she used to thank them every day. So, like even her husband was surprised. So for me, this is something, which made me happy, saying, yeah, they do work. It is something, it is real.
Do you
Like,
feel in this situation that with her anxiety, and lots of people nowadays have a lot of anxiety,
yeah,
even, since from COVID, that the spirit world wanted her to receive these messages because that the spirit world realized that she has lots of anxiety and needs some help. So we got to
yeah.
get this message through to her.
Exactly. And
Okay.
just to the spiritual world is such a wonderful world. Some people are spooked by it, some people don't believe in it. Me, I'm saying, I have people coming for readings in the beginning. And then me, I ask, don't send them to me. I don't have time to lose with these people. And that I don't have them anymore. But I had people that came to test me, if you wish. And I will say, put the barrier that you want in front of you. I will go through it. I always say to people, it's your time and it's your money. If you want to put a barrier just to test me, well, up to you. Your hour is done and by you go, and then you want more information. By now, like you have to come in this world
Mm.
open-hearted. The more you're open-hearted, the better your message and the more message you get.
You
That's
need
what
to
it is.
be, what I'm getting from you is you need to be open to receive the message.
Yes,
If you're blocked,
exactly.
if you're skeptical, all right, that's your choice, but maybe there's something impactful that could be coming your way, but you're not open to receive it, you're not going to get it. It's not going to
Exactly,
happen.
because like, but like, and me, I respect everybody. Like, these cards are done with love and respect. I will not judge people. I'm just saying, for me, why? Why do you come to me if you're? It's like going to the doctors and not telling them what's wrong.
Right.
Like what I'm saying. Spiritual world is a wonderful, beautiful world that comes with pluses and minuses. And me, I always say, for all because you see beautiful, beautiful things, but you also feel not so beautiful things. But for every not so beautiful, the beautiful tops it, if you wish.
Absolutely. And I'm sure you also go through this, Diane, where people just want to test you.
Yeah, they do. They do. And it's okay. Like me, honestly, Steve, I have nothing against this. Like I probably, but me, I've been born in this, in the sense my family, my mother's side of the family, it's full of it. So for me, things which I call normal, well, are not so normal for some people, like seeing things floating around, or, for me, it's normal, like so. But then I found out that, like I realized, not just found out, but I realized this for the longest years, I didn't talk about it, not to be judged. Today, I don't care. I'm 63 years old, honestly, and I don't care. Like it is like, this is my world, this is my life, and I'm happy with it. And, like if I could help out people, then I'm all for it.
Sure.
You know?
I always say, if I could go back to my younger self and tell myself something, I know what it would be. It would be, why did you worry what people thought? Why? I got bullied and all of that. Why'd you even care? But you
Yeah,
don't know. You don't know until you know, but also those experiences and the ones that you've had when you were younger just make us stronger, just
exactly.
more resilient.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, do you have a question today, Steve?
Wow. So let me ask you, even before we get into that, by the way, instantfeedbacksteve@gmail.com, instantfeedbacksteve@gmail.com. If you want to connect with Diane, got a question, whatever it might be. Um, with the cards, I've heard it both ways, where you ask a question or can, or
Yeah,
you just let the cards bring up whatever they're going to bring up, which we did last time.
exactly.
Does it matter? It can go either way.
It could go either way. I have people that comes, and usually I let the cards speak for themselves, but I have people that will come with a specific question. Now, the way that it works, like as much as I do, that depending on how you will ask your question, this is how you will get your answer. Now, I always say to people, don't ask me something long like this, because you give them chance to interpretation. Like, oh, I don't know if this was gonna, no. Question, answer. Like, you have to be blunt, you have to be short and sweet. Because if you put it, will I have this? Will I have a new job coming up? I have a new job coming up. Is it going to come? Okay, let's say that that's your question. I look, yes, but you weren't specific. When? So then you tell me, well, I didn't get it. Well, you didn't ask when. You know what I'm saying? So
I got you. Yeah. And I'm even thinking of that in my mind. So I will ask you a question. And this is, based on a few things in my mind. Will I meet a special person, i.e. a partner, in the next 3 months?
I will say yes, because you know what? And I always should go. And every time I do this, I don't know why I do this to myself. I picked up 5 cards before when we were talking, okay? And as we're talking, the first one I turned around was a couple card. The card of the couple, because today I got you the tarot cards. And it was the couple, and it was coming. So it was, for me, I interpret images, and the image, I keep doing this where I have a feeling about something, or I hear something and I keep saying, oh, this is going to happen. The last time something like this, my adopted daughter, oh, she's going to wait till the birthday of her son to tell us she's pregnant. And wouldn't you know, and I should write this down, put it in an envelope, I'm saying to myself. And I did. And she called me and she's pregnant. And I'm saying, Colleen, I should have put it down. And
wow.
The first card that was out, that I put out 5 cards. The first one was the couple card. So yes, I could tell you without even telling you, without pulling cards right now, because that was the first one. I didn't look at the other ones. I would just look at the other ones. That first one, and then I put them all into a deck. It's coming. It's on the side.
And I said 3 months. There was partly a reason I said that. I'll reveal it in a second.
Okay.
Do you see it in 3 months? Within 3 months?
Then I'll go back and get the card. Funny that you say 3 months. This is the card that you pick. Okay. I know that you could see me. People can't see us right now, but this is the one that you pick. And this is something that you ask for, because God is asking over here. But you picked it this way. Me, I interpret images. Images by that, for me, this is the future. This is the past. This is the future. So for me, when you say this, I would say, honestly, yes, because 6 months would be the end of my card. So yes, within.
So here's why I asked that. 2 astrologers, even last year, told me that, and they said the second half of 2023 is going to be impactful in that regard. I'm like, okay, so that's why I put that time frame on there. I kind of figured we'd see.
Because my cards, I was doing them for a year before, and energy works very, very fast. Like, it's not in the olden days, I'm saying the olden days, like I am a grandma, but you know what I'm saying? Sure. It's just like things were taking a lot of time. Energy today, it works very, very fast. You ask something, you do for that thing, and it's gonna go. It's like people, which happened to me personally, where my daughter tells me one day, I didn't want to go personal on myself, but my daughter tells me one day, "Ma, you have such a wall. Was it that bad for you to have such a wall?" The good thing about being the way that I am, I see my wall. I go to bed, close my eyes, see my wall. And I'm saying, and it was dirty, and it was not nice, and it was all filled. But somebody comes along in my life and said, "You know what? Your wall, take a big hammer, a big, I don't know how you call it in English, those big things, like that you
sledgehammer?
Yes.
To break the wall. Okay.
Exactly. So each block of that wall, because my wall was built out of blocks, each block, one night I would go to bed and I could slam 10 of them, because of this and because of that and whatever. And wouldn't you know, instead, like within a week, my wall was down. And then my life changed. I saw the light and my life changed. People, like Steve, people want to have a better life. We all do. But you got to do things on yourself for that. You got to work on yourself. You got to,
Absolutely.
if you don't work on yourself and you ask for something, you could yell all you want. They ain't going to listen. And you will go back in the same bull crap that you had before because you did not change what did not work.
And you're not allowing yourself to attract it because you've got other things going on here
Exactly.
until you work on those things. We have and I know you have other cards for me. Can we look at those in a moment? I would like to.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's do the cards because I don't want to switch cards. We do have instant feedback, so we're gonna handle this topic in a second. But while you've got them in front there for me, what do you got?
The world's at your feet. Your world, and this one was backwards. I don't know. This one was backwards. Like I said, I'm sorry for the people because I do know that you see, but they don't. You got the world cards. It could meet this card. Now, when I see it, makes me happy because in my deck I got the world and I got the sun. And when I pick these cards, for me they're the best cards in the deck. Following your couple, I will say that this is a very, very good thing. You still have things to work on. Okay, right now it's like you're getting back control of your life. When I see it this way, it tells me that for the longest time, you were in a cloud. You couldn't see straight. You were all for the longest time you were in a cloud. Okay, let's put it this way. Right now you're halfway out. You still have work to do, but you got the control back in your life. You took back the control, and there's not that much work more to do. So for you, very, very good. But it's like you were in a deep place at some point, and here I see you coming out of it. It's very good.
Yes.
Okay.
I will never agree just to agree, Diane, but everything you're saying does fit. It does fit. It really does.
So yeah, for the person, I'm going to my oracle cards. Okay. I read you before. And this is going to be funny. What I'm saying right now, these are my pain cards, which I call, because one day I did ask, what would I do? How can I make more money? Because let's face it, yes, I have a gift, but we all want to use it. Like I got to live like everybody else.
Sure.
And this is why these cards I always use, usually for tarot when I'm reading somebody. When I'm answering questions for a person, I use my oracle cards, which I will do right now. Can I just have the name of the person, please?
Sure. Name
Just a little
is
name.
I have Shelly.
Shelly. Okay.
Okay.
So these cards are going to be for Shelly. Okay. So go ahead with your question.
She is checking in from Searsport, Maine. She says, my dad is going through cancer treatment. Will he be cancer-free?
They tell you to ask. Over here, when I see this card, this is you. They're telling you to ask. There's not, basically, they're telling you to pray. How should I say this? My mother died from cancer. There's over here, there's a lot of prayers to be done. Let's put it this way. Never underestimate the powers of prayers, okay? Sometimes it's not, and we have said before, I never talk about dying because when I see it, I don't like it. I don't want to see it. Don't show it to me. So this, we have our boundaries. Like any psychic has it, any kind of person like me has it, where you put your boundaries. You don't come in my room, you don't come in my bathroom, like where you want them, where you don't want them, what you want to see, what you don't want to see. Okay. I put my boundaries at sickness, and I put my boundaries at death. These are cards that I don't want to see because I had seen them before, and it's not nice. How can you tell this to a person? For me, it's like I don't have the right. I'm not God, and I don't have the right to do so. Because if I say, yes, he's going to be cancer free, and he's not, and if I say, no, he will not, and he is, it's a very, very big thing, which I don't think,
Okay.
I don't want to take the responsibility of. But I will say over here, they come out with the card of asking, of praying, and I will say, this is what you got to do, and pray for the best. I'm sorry that I'm not coming out with a yes or a no, but this is my boundaries. You know, like this is not, am I going to buy a car? This is, we're talking about life and death of people. And this is something, like I said, you know, I've been told before in my past, you know, like, oh, my ex-husband was going to die 2 years in a row by the same person. And I said, he's still not dead today, 13 years later. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the right. I don't believe that anybody has the right to say that. But this is my own beliefs.
Well, it's interesting that, Diane, you pulled up a card, and I don't interpret them, but it looked like a card about prayer. And that's what we're talking about here. Don't underestimate the power of prayer, because what are we doing with prayer? We're sending energy.
Yes.
We're sending energy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that was your cards, Shelley.
So I got another one here. West Palm Beach. Tina checks in. She says, I started a new job and feel it's not for me. I can't financially leave it, but do you feel me finding another job very soon?
Okay.
Now, she didn't say how long.
Yeah.
So,
she
you know,
said
to
very
me,
soon. Yeah.
what very soon is relative. You know, when I asked you my question, I said 3 months because that's what we talked about.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are you getting on that for Tina?
For Tina, for her job. And by the way, people, I'm showing Steve the cards, so he knows what you could vouch for them if you wish. Oh, relationship. Me, this card, when I see it, and for me, it came out this way. So this is saying that you're leaving the job and you're getting out. For me, because relationship, it always takes two, right? You're not a relationship with yourself. When I see the color purple, for me, it's the end of something. Okay. Right now, you're on your white horse, which means when I see your white horse with a unicorn, this is a wish, this is a desire, because, you know, doesn't exist. I never saw one. If it does, I never seen it before in real life. So over here, you're on your horse with the wings wide open, wearing purple. So for me, this is yes, you will leave that job. There's something better waiting for you. Let's put it this way, something better is waiting for you. And I will say it's pretty much darn close. Okay. So, which means that you will find, of course, nobody leaves anything without having something else in the reserve. But over here, it tells me that you will find something very, very soon.
Now, it's interesting you say that, because some people say if it's a relationship, you know, you can't start one when you're in one. Maybe the one when you're in doesn't serve you, but you need to get out of that. Job is different because you need the job for the income.
Exactly.
And you can't leave that. My mom always used to say the best time to look for a job is when you have a job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
yeah,
it is. But, you know, but on that note, I will always also say, if you're not happy, you're answering your own question. You know, like, I'm not happy. What should I do? Well, you're not happy. So what should you do? Yeah, you should leave. But over here, it's saying, yeah, you have a job right now, but you are looking for another one, which I say very soon, very soon, and will be very for the best.
Okay. And it's obvious that she's not happy with this job, but I you know, you're answering the question. How much longer do I have to wait in this job? So sounds like Tina should start looking for that other job right away.
Exactly.
Wow.
You know, like, start looking and you will find.
Got it. We are out of time. This is Diane. I love talking with you. Yeah, it's like so refreshing, and just the insight and what the cards show. if somebody wants to connect with you for a reading, even just to learn about the process, how do they do that?
Okay, the best thing would be with my email, okay, which is Diane, which I didn't specify the last time, but English people often puts it with two N's. So it's Diane with one N dot tarot, Tarot, at outlook.com. Or you could go on my Facebook page, which is Diane Gauthier, and you will see beautiful angel wings. I always say that my daughter drew for me, and it's on Facebook, Messages for the Universe, Messages for the Soul. I'm sorry, Messages for the Soul. This is what you're going to find.
Gotcha. And Diane is Diane, correct?
That's right.
Dot tarot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
At outlook.com, correct?
Exactly. This is by my email, but like I say, Facebook, sure. I'm there every week. Every Tuesday night, you will see me at 7:30. So interpreting cards, the cards that you chose the number for.
Wow. Super cool. Yeah. I love all this stuff. And I love talking with you, Diane. Thank you so much for today.
Okay, you're welcome. And we'll see each other pretty soon.
Yeah. See you soon. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.